Thank you for watching this presentation of Orcus Consulting Services and Software Solutions. This presentation is focused on the automotive aftermarket. Just to give you an idea of the current automotive aftermarket e-tailers or products sold online, estimates are right around $8 billion or 7% of all products sold. So it's a significant part of the current market share. Of those products being sold right now, you have about 4.4 billion, about 55% of that $8 billion is being sold to professional installer, the do-it-for-me installer, while the shade tree mechanic DIY guy is only at about 45%. So there's a lot more professional installer penetration into the online purchases than a lot of people believe there is. So it's a significant part of that market. Just to give you an idea of where this market is actually going, this chart actually shows right now we're at $8 billion, or about 7% of total market share. By 2020, we're expecting $16 billion, or about 12% of total market share. And then by 2025, we're at about $32 billion, or 20% of total market share. This e-tail, or soon to be 20%, currently 7%, is very difficult for the large publicly traded retailers, the large box retailers, to penetrate because your gross profit margins are much lower, which makes it a lot less attractive to publicly traded companies, though often the flow-through margins are much higher than you would see at a retail store selling to traditional jobbers. So it's a great opportunity for people that have the inventory that are privately held to really take advantage of this market. So are you positioning your company for the future? Are you going to build a wall? Or are you going to build a windmill? Are you ready to move forward and try to tackle this part of the industry and capture your share of this large sector of the market? Here at Orcus, we offer a great software solution called MyShipZone. It is kind of everything bundled in one that you need to be an online fulfillment house to fill orders for other people. We have all the connectivity options, EDI connectivity, API, as well as web user interfaces. Everything flows from the customer directly through MyShipZone into your current ERP system. In order for MyShipZone to connect to your ERP system or your inventory management system, we really only need four things from you. Very simple connection. We need some type of web services that allows us to check stock and push orders, an hourly complete inventory file that you just drop in a CSV file in our FTP, daily price files. If you have 5 price files and 100 customers, you only need to send us the 5. We'll split it off under your business rules and make sure that we get it out to your customers, saving you a lot of time in IT. That's the great thing about this, is we take the workload off your IT team, which is usually the most overworked department in your company if you ask them. And then obviously daily invoicing files so that we can send out those invoices through EDI and improve your automation in that as well. Customer connectivity. Continuing with that, this is a great opportunity for us to save you a lot of IT time and also help you integrate with a lot of your customers much quicker than if they're hitting your own internal team that's stressed with other internal tasks and projects. So we have all this already built out, and for most of these people, everything's already built. So we have our EDI connectivity where we exchange most of the standard EDI files. We do it both through AS2 and FTP file exchanges. We already have the EDIs built for Amazon Dropship Central, that's the direct-to-customer stuff. Amazon Vendor Central, that would be the stock orders. Walmart, eBay, and many, many more. If we don't have an EDI already built and you have a customer you want to integrate, it is not difficult for us to do. We do these quite a bit. Very familiar with the different file formats. As long as your customer has good documentation, we can usually knock these out pretty quick. API connectivity, this is kind of the standard way most people do. It's a little more real time. And so basic web services XML that allow people to check stock, place orders, pull back tracking information, and then we can drop full or delta price files by CSV file to their FTP. Like I said, very easily set up in the system to push these files out, save your IT team a tremendous amount of time having these already built out. And then the customer user interface is a web-based portal where they can log in, they can check stock, they can place orders, they can check status on existing orders and pull down tracking. And then here's kind of a really nice thing. They're able to actually go and change shipping addresses, shipping methods, and request orders request that an order be canceled or suspended prior to the order shipping. So that takes a lot of workload off your customer service team. You know, there's less emails, less phone calls, less communication, because the customer is able to manage many of these things that would normally be managed by a customer service team. They're able to manage them by themselves. So tremendous feedback on that, and that's a big advantage. So really, we wanted to make sure we had everything in one place so we could decrease your workload on your IT team, decrease the staff training time, decrease the steps needed to ship an order so that we can have somebody trained in minutes, literally a 5-minute video, and they're full speed within an hour instead of weeks, and then increasing your packages per labor hour, increasing your efficiencies, and hammering down those labor costs as a percentage of sales. We offer 2 flexible ways to ship orders. We have our manual shipping process where they look up the order, they plug in the weight, they generate a label, and really they're going through steps. They're not making any decision making. We expect them to hit at least 25 plus boxes per labor hour. That's top filling and sealing the box and putting the label on. We see a lot of people that go upwards of 40 packages per hour on average in a day. We have our barcode shipping, which is kind of the next level. Use barcode scanners. You scan your packing slip, you scan your product, you scan your packing slip. It will only allow you to close the order once all the items are there and they're correct. So if somebody scans the wrong barcode on a product, the wrong product, it'll stop them and prevent them from making that error. So there's a lot of accuracy pickup and a lot of speed pickup as well. And we generally see about a 45 plus, sometimes upwards of 60 to 70 packages per labor hour on average for a labeler, and that's top filling and sealing the box as well. And it really just depends on the materials and how the materials are placed around them, how quickly they can move. But as you can see, this is an extreme pickup in efficiencies, and we can demonstrate this more for you in a longer presentation. So the name of the game is really decreasing touches. A lot of people's current processes we see are 5 to 6 touches, and the way we recommend setting things up, and with our system, we try to get to 3 touches, and that can mean a tremendous amount of decrease in labor hours, as you can see. And we've really run a lot of these numbers. We have some really good statistics we can help you with and really show you what the savings would be in a little more detail. So I'd recommend signing up for maybe a longer webinar, and we can go through some numbers. We have some great spreadsheets that can really show you some projections on what your actual labor savings are based on your current volume or projected volume. So now I get to another part, which is the stock order version of the Amazon Vendor Central, or stock orders sending to Amazon. We have a tremendous amount of automation. What we've seen cuts in labor costs of up to 80% with some customers. We've seen a decrease in the time it takes to fill and ship an order, which also increases your overall purchases Amazon does from you, a decrease in shipping errors, which cuts back on the chargebacks, and a decrease in other chargebacks as well as missing items, mismatched carton content labels. And so really the feedback we've gotten with some people, we're looking at dropping the program, dropping the customer altogether, have moved to the software and really found that it's a great profit center for their company. So the difference between profit and loss is sometimes they're using MyShipZone software and the automation and features that the MyShipZone software does and helps you out with this type of business. Currently, guys are manually entering information, pulling it off of the Amazon Vendor Central website. They stock check. They got to go ahead and manually check everything in, tell them to create the carton content labels, let them know everything that's in it, go and match everything back to boxes, ship it out, then go put the tracking information back into Amazon Vendor Central. This is extremely labor intensive. If you guys are doing this right now, you can empathize with me. It is a lot of work. With our system, this is all automated. So everything comes in using the EDI file exchanges that we do. The scanning is done at site. You create the carton content labels when you're actually taking the product and checking it and putting it into the box. You're sealing a box, putting a carton content label on it right there. We go ahead and get your routing request. The carriers come and pick it up, and then our systems automatically send back the advanced ship notifications and also the invoicing through EDI back to Amazon. This can save you a tremendous amount of time and a tremendous amount of labor. Thank you for spending this time with me. I invite you to reach out to one of our sales representatives. We can definitely go into a lot more depth, as technical as you'd like us to, and spend some time with you on the phone. But otherwise, thank you very much for watching this presentation. Have a great day.